There is a night that will haunt him forever. The courtyard lies shrouded in shadow, and the only light comes from a small fire, flickering, unsteady, casting long, dancing shapes across the walls. And there, standing alone at the edge of the light, is a man named Peter. His face is tight with anxiety. He tells himself he is ready. He tells himself he will never waver. But the night is long, and fear has a way of finding the cracks in our certainty. The fire burns warm and bright, and Peter stands among the other disciples with his chin raised, his voice steady. He declared that even if everyone else fell away, he never would. Even if he had to die, he would remain faithful. He believes it in this moment. But conviction and courage are not the same thing, and the night will test the difference. A servant girl moves through the crowd. She points at Peter. "This man was with Jesus." His heart lurches, his eyes dart away. He opens his mouth and denies it. "I do not know him." The first crack appears, the first wall begins to fall. Time passes, but the night does not grow easier. Another voice rises. "You are one of them. You are a disciple of Jesus." Peter swears an oath. "I do not know the man." The second denial leaves his lips like a stone thrown into dark water. The crowd surges forward. The pressure is suffocating, and Peter, overwhelmed, afraid, desperate, swears again more fiercely than before. "I do not know him." His voice echoes across the courtyard, and then, distant, mournful, unmistakable, a rooster crows. In that single frozen moment, Peter's eyes find Jesus. The Lord stands among his accusers, battered, bound, condemned. He does not speak, he does not accuse. He simply turns, slowly, gently, and looks at Peter across the crowd. One look, it is enough. Everything changes. The crowd disperses. The fire burns low. Peter is alone now, alone in the darkness, alone with his shame. He sits with his head bowed, the weight of his denial pressing down upon him like a stone. He called himself faithful. He promised he would never fall away. And yet 3 times he chose fear over love. The night stretches on, long and cold and unforgiving. Morning breaks over the Sea of Galilee. The water lies still and calm, shimmering in the pale gold of early light. The resurrection has come. Christ is risen. But Peter does not yet know this in his heart. He only knows the ache of failure, the echo of his own voice denying the one he loved most. Somewhere along the shore, a fire burns. Soft, gentle, nothing like that terrible courtyard. Jesus sits by the fire, and Peter is with him. The silence between them is charged, heavy with unspoken history. He knows what he did, and he does not know if he can bear to hear what comes next. And then Jesus speaks. "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" Peter hears the question, and something inside him breaks open. The love is still there, buried beneath shame, beneath fear, beneath the memory of his failure. But it is there. It was always there. "Yes, Lord," he answers, "you know that I love you." But the questions are not finished. A second time Jesus asks, "Do you love me?" And a third time, "Do you love me?" Each time Peter is struck again, not by accusation, not by anger, but by love, by persistence, by the same question, repeated until it cuts through every wall he has built around his heart. 3 questions, one for each denial, one for each betrayal. And with each answer, the weight begins to lift. There is no condemnation in his eyes, no reproach, only grace, vast, unearned, undeserved grace. He is asking Peter not to punish himself, but to return, to come back to what he was always meant to be. Jesus leans forward, and in a quiet, deliberate gesture, he entrusts something to Peter, a commission, a calling, a future. "Feed my sheep." 3 times denied, 3 times restored, not because Peter earned it, not because he proved himself worthy, but because grace is stronger than failure, because love does not keep a record of wrongs, because the Lord who was betrayed also knows how to forgive. The image shifts, and we see a person sitting alone in the dim light. Their posture mirrors Peter's of old, hunched, bowed, carrying something heavy that they cannot set down. Maybe it is shame, maybe it is regret, maybe it is the memory of all the ways they have failed. The darkness feels safe sometimes. It asks nothing, it expects nothing, but it also offers nothing in return. A faint light begins to grow, not bright, not sudden, but warm, and slowly, almost imperceptibly, they lift their gaze upward. There is no thundering voice, no grand vision, only this, the sense that they are not alone, that the darkness has not won, that there is a love that refuses to let them go. The light grows brighter, golden, radiant, flooding the frame, spilling through every shadow, dissolving every last remnant of darkness. And in that light, there is hope. Because if Peter, who denied Christ 3 times, could be restored, then no failure is beyond redemption. No shame is too heavy for grace. No past is beyond the reach of love. You are not your worst moment. You are not the worst thing you have done. You are the one who is loved. You are the one who is held. You are the one who can begin again.